Sa panahon ngayon, ito na. Digital platforms play a big role in pushing innovation forward. And in this session, pag-uusapan natin kung paano nakatutulong ang technology, collaboration at platform solutions sa pag-grow ng businesses at sa pagbuo ng mas competitive na digital economy. This segment is powered by Wilcon Depot, Yazaki Torres Manufacturing Incorporated, San Miguel Corporation, GCash, and LT Group Incorporated. And joining this discussion, please welcome Business Development Mass Onboarding Incubation Lead of Lazada, Mr. Timothy John Tano. Hello and welcome, sir. Founder of Shoppertainment Live Incorporated, Ms. Yasmin Neri Soyao. Hello, good morning. Good afternoon na pala. And Chief Executive Officer and Founder of Prosperna, Mr. Dennis Velasco. Hello and good afternoon. Please take your seats as we start our discussion. Bago pong lahat, baka gusto niyo bumati po sa lahat ng ating Go Negosyantes. Let's start with you, sir.
Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Lazada, and again, congrats to Go Negosyo for your 20th anniversary. And yeah, hope we have a productive discussion today.
Glad to have you here, Sir Tim. Ms. Yasmin?
Hello to everyone, and thank you so much, Go Negosyo, for inviting us here. And since meron tayo kaninang parang segment na live selling, no? Gusto ko lang batiin yung mga live sellers kanina, great job. And definitely, mag-share pa ako more about live selling mamaya.
Yes, pwede ba natin banggitin kung baka saan ka namin napapanood noon?
Oo, si Ai. Dati kung naalala niyo yung nagbebenta doon sa home TV shopping sa ABS dati.
Yes, narinig niyo ba? Ang daming mga, kasi kanina pa, I'm sure kanina pa nila iniisip, parang alam namin kung saan napapanood namin siya eh. Nakabili na ako sa kanya dati. And Sir Dennis, go ahead.
Hi everybody. Okay lang kung konti lang yung Tagalog. Okay. Yeah, so great to be here. I'm Dennis Velasco, the founder and CEO of Prosperna. And we are on a huge mission to empower 1 million Philippine SMEs with their own online store, payments, and shipping with the power of AI. So yeah, we're super excited to be here and bring together the Prosper Nation community and Go Negosyo. Thanks for having us.
Yes, marami tayong matututuan kay Sir Dennis. So, lalo na we're going to be talking about AI, as you mentioned, at marami pang pwedeng magamit ng ating Go Negosyantes sa kanilang pagsisimula ng kanilang business o sa pagpapatuloy din ng kanilang small businesses. All right, let's get to it. First question, this is for everyone. Gusto lang namin malaman yung perspective nyo on digital or sa online selling ngayon, no, para mas maabot ng ating mga Go Negosyantes. Like, how have digital platforms transformed the businesses in the Philippines and how they sell and engage with customers? Kasi lalo na yung mga live selling talagang real time, eh, no?
So let me start. So I think coming from, years before, most of our sellers, they're selling in Tiangge, in brick and mortar stores offline, and their customers, are those who only visited their store. But right now, with e-com, in general, these stores are now able to serve customers across the nation, wherever that person may be. So right now, people who used to sell in, like, for example, in malls or like in Green Hills, can now sell across to customers in Visayas, in Mindanao. And the second one, it's really more of we were able to make marketing something more affordable to these customers. So before, when you think of marketing, you have to get billboards across EDSA and stuff like that. But right now, even at 50 pesos a day, you can already run ads in Lazada or even, in social media as well. So with that, we're able to make selling across the country easier and more, equal to everyone as well.
Yes, na-level yung playing field. So, you mentioned yung geographical limitations, wala na. Kahit nasaan ka, pwede. And mas affordable. Aside from yung ads, kahit yung renta mismo, di ba? Mas affordable na, hindi mo na kailangan rumenta kasi online space is pretty much free. Yes. How about you, Miss Yasmin?
So, ngayon, 24 hours pwede ka na magbenta. 'Di ba? Dati, hihintayin mo talaga yung store openings. Pero ngayon, 24 hours, you can have access. Kahit anong gusto mong maisip mo, punta ka lang sa mga iba't ibang platform na meron tayo. Tsaka, interactive na siya. So, galing ako sa live selling. Dati, naalala ko, nasa home TV shopping ako, dadalang ako ng dada. Pero ngayon, nakikita na namin yung mga audience, yung mga mamimili, talagang meron na rin silang opinion, tsaka nagtatanong sila. So may interaction tayo na nangyayari. So nagkakaroon tayo ng community. Hindi lang siya one way, nagiging two-way siya.
Mahalaga yun eh, no? Minsan, hinahanap din talaga ng shoppers yon. Hindi lang basta makabili ng item, pero yung community, yung sense of community, they feel like they belong at naiintindihan sila, naiintindihan yung needs nila. How about you, Sir Dennis?
Yeah, actually, so tingnan natin muna yung behavior ng consumer, right? Today in the Philippines, the average age of Filipinos is actually 25 years old.
What?
Yes. So, when you're the average age of 25 years old, yan yung consumer nyo. That's the biggest market of your consumers. So, tingnan natin muna yung consumer behavior. If you follow the consumer, you will get business. And so, these 25-year-old consumers, they are digital natives. They did
Sure, lahat naman tayo may Lazada na. Oh, there! Naririnig na tayong lahat. Okay, we're so sorry. Sir Dennis, you may proceed.
That's okay. So back to where we were. If we follow consumer behavior, right, that's the easiest way to identify kung paano ka magbe-business, right? It's too hard to think about all the technologies. Just think about saan yung customer. And so if the average age of the Philippines is 25 years old, they are digital natives. They did not grow up with pagers. They did not grow up with fax machines. They grew up like this, all day, all night. And that's great news for SMEs. Kasi if you can capture their business one time, link up with them, get their email, get their phone number, then you have made it to their palm of their hand, right? And so we need to, as SMEs, identify following your customer behavior. Now the proof is actually in the numbers. So don't believe me, and if you don't believe the consumer behavior, take a look at recent reports from government organizations like DTI, Philippine Marketing Association. The e-commerce growth in the Philippines in the next 10 years is going to go from about 27 billion to 40 billion dollars. Naturally, with or without us, it's going to grow. So now, basta kuha ka ng customer behavior. Make your business visible everywhere. So yan.
Nakakakuha na tayo ng advice do ngayon pa lang na you have to know your audience first, their behavior, para mas mag-work para sa ating mga ginagawa nga small businesses. So tandaan po natin yan, mga go-negosyantes. Alright, now, doon naman tayo sa challenges. Kasi nalaman na natin yung maraming good news, maraming mga benefits na nakukuha natin dahil sa online selling. Doon naman tayo sa mga downside, yung mga challenges, common challenges para sa ating Filipino entrepreneurs going digital. Tsaka paano ba? How can platforms better support them?
So I think one of the biggest challenge really is parang e-commerce is quite intimidating. if you are not that tech savvy, hindi ka sanay na operating through, online stores or e-commerce. And I think it's really more of an opportunity for us to actually help you, our MSMEs, to be able to, learn how to operate your online stores. Actually, even to register as a seller in Lazada, it's very easy. It's gonna take you less than 3 minutes. You just need to register. After that, you can wait for your documents, and then once you get verified, you can upload your products na. So it's like click and then sell. Parang ganun lang siya. And I know it's a bit intimidating, but here, our platforms are there to help you. So to support you guys, we do a lot of training, seminars. We also have a lot of YouTube tutorials and stuff like that para to make it, as easy for you to be able to sell online as well.
Tim, may mabibigay ka bang example, specific example ng mga MSME sa Lazada na talagang nag-grow?
Yeah. So actually, to tell you a story as well, in Lazada, I start as an account manager, meaning I used to handle sellers, talk to them every day and how they grow. So I started in the audio category, those na nagbebenta ng mga speakers, microphones, karaoke. And most of them are actually those that used to sell before in Raon. So sobrang daming audio sellers there. And when the pandemic happened, nag-boom yung e-com, they tried, and right now they're still thriving. They actually earn more times 10 versus their offline stores. So they were able to try, even if sanay sila sa pag-sell offline, and they were able to sustain their business. Another example I had, so there were these 4 guys just graduated from college, and they want to, build their own brand. So nag-source sila, gumawa sila ng mouse, and right now, if you know them, Garuda Gear, so they're actually one of the top-selling mouse, and they have their own keyboards as well. So they're just, friends who wanted to try something new after college, and then right now, they're actually thriving as well, and one of the top, brands of mice and keyboards in the platform as well. Yeah.
So kayang-kaya rin talaga ng mga go-negosyantes natin, no? Yung mga ganyang inspiring stories, talagang marirealize natin lahat na, kung kaya nila, kaya rin natin. Thank you for that. And yun nga sabi nyo, kahit na challenging yung pag-shift to digital, lalo na yung mga takot na, ayoko yan, baka maloko ko dyan, kasi masyadong hindi ako marunong yan. May training naman na binibigay ang Lazada. So thank you for that, Tim. Yasmin, meron ba kayong challenges na pwedeng ipresenta sa atin? Ano yung mga solution na nahanap ninyo?
3 yung challenges na nakikita ko. So una muna ay ang digital literacy. Kailangan matuto tayo paano ba natin i-optimize yung mga tools sa mga plataforma na ginagamit natin. Mga ads, digital marketing, napaka-importante na niya ngayon. Kasi hindi madidiscover yung mga stores ninyo kung hindi kayo maglalabas ng mga video, ng mga images, photos. Yung mga content sa social media, makakatulong yan para talagang mag-drive ng traffic papunta sa store ninyo. So that's one. The second is yung tinatawag nating content fatigue. Ano yun? Ang dami nating gumagawa ng mga iba't ibang videos, ang daming influencers, ang daming sellers na merong sariling videos. So paano mo gagawin yung strategy na magsa-stand out yung mga content mo para makuha mo talaga yung loob ng mga audience or ng customers ninyo. Ang pangatlong challenge pa dyan ay ang tinatawag na price war. Nakikita natin yung mga presyo ng sarili nating bilihin sa comparing it to different stores na nandun sa mga plataforma. So syempre, pag may isang nagbaba ng ganitong presyo, kinakabahan tayo, kailangan natin magbaba rin, di ba? So, ang mga solusyon na nakikita kong nangyayari at ginagawa ng mga ecosystem partners natin, let's say, katulad ng Lazada, mga platforms, una yung training. Ayan, meron kami sa live selling, involved kami sa Laz Live Academy. So, nagtuturo tayo sa mga SMEs, MSMEs, kung paano tayo talaga makapag-efficiently do the live selling on your own stores. Also, another way is yung pag-involve din sa mga mentorship programs tulad nitong Go Negosyo. Lalong-lalo na, shout-out ko dito yung PMA, Philippine Marketing Association. Marami akong mga colleagues dito na nagtuturo rin ng kanilang mga know-how when it comes to digital marketing. So lapitan niyo sila kasi very open ang karamihan sa mga knowledge na yan. Yung pangatlo, masasabi ko siguro, it also comes from our government agencies when it comes to yung mga protocols ng mga import. Kasi minsan may mga iba tayong mga nakikitang kalaban na hindi pala sila local. Ganyan. Tapos binabago nila yung pricing. So meron din naman tayong mga government agencies na talagang nagkokontrol ng mga ganon, lalo-lalo na pagdating sa customs.
Thank you very much. Ang galing na yung presenta niyong challenges. Tanong niyo, sagot niyo rin. Kayo rin yung nagbigay ng solusyon. Ang ganda, oo. Pero totoo yung mga challenges na binigay ni Miss Yasmin na ang dami nga talagang natatakot kasi nga hindi masyado literate sa digital or online selling ang lahat agad-agad. So maganda yung tayo rin yung gumagawa ng paraan na mag-research, di ba? Kung merong mga ganitong mentorship programs, puntahan natin, gaya ng mga ginagawa ninyo. Yes. Ano pa po yung mga ibang challenges nyo kanina? Oh, the pricing. Yes, that's very hard kasi lalo na merong option na from yung price lowest to highest. Kaya na nilang makita kung alin yung pinaka-affordable, alin yung, ay, mas mataas to. So, paano po ba kaya yun masusolusyonan? Ano kaya yung workaround for that? Kapag nakikita mong, hala, yung sa digital world, sa digital shops, parang may mas mura sa akin. Dapat ba ma-pressure sila? O panindigan nila, hindi, quality kasi yung akin eh.
Minsan sa storytelling din. Sa
Okay.
branding natin. Ano ba yung quality na meron tayo compared sa iba? Paano ba ito nagawa? Pag nako-communicate natin yan, kahit sa live selling, pwede niyong i-communicate yan. Mas makikita nila yung value. So, pwede kang mag-stick dun sa price na yon.
Okay, so wag po tayo mapapressure, di ba? All right, thank you very much, Miss Yasmin. And now, Sir Dennis, what are the challenges of digital or online selling that you noticed?
So actually, business is not easy, period, before we even talk about technology. But outside of drilling into some of the things that my counterparts had said, if we look at exactly what's happening today in the digital world, these are the challenges that we see from online sellers. Number one is differentiating themselves from the competition, right? Because unfortunately, with a lot of these different platforms, it's extremely price competitive. So you can't survive just on offering the lowest price. And you need to understand that different platforms and different channels give you the ability to price your product differently because you can make more profit and margin if you were to sell direct to your customer. And that's what we call direct-to-consumer selling, right? So if you think about it, even back in the old days, people always feel more comfortable doing business directly kung saan galing yung product, kung sino yung manufacturer. And interestingly enough, if you look at the big companies, the big brands, they want to create local personalized relationships with consumers. But it's very difficult because big companies are slow. They don't understand their customer. They're too far from the customer. But that's the opportunity for SMEs because SMEs are faster. It's you, the business owner, and your personality that's selling the company and the product. People want to buy directly your product from you because they feel the trust and the connection with you as the brand. That is your competitive advantage that bigger companies don't have. That is your competitive differentiator against the low price. Kasi alam ko, if I buy from Dennis, I'm gonna get what Dennis says, right? So that's the power of improving your brand to sell direct to consumers. Yan.
That actually touches on the presentation earlier by Ms. Nene Tamayo. Kasi siya mismo yung kausap nila sa Viber. So mas may trust, mas panatag yung loob ng consumers din dahil kilala nila kung sino yung kausap nila kesa sa, kunwari, big company lang naman na walang face, walang name for them. Ito personal. Mas personal yung advantage ng ating MSMEs or SMEs. Thank you very much for that insight. And now, let's talk about the future of online selling. Ano ba yung nakikita nyo sa future? Ano yung mga dapat nilang abangan? Ang Lazada po ba ay may hinahanda para sa ating mga MSMEs? Specifically, may collaboration ba between platforms, brands, and consumers tayong dapat na abangan? How do you see this collaboration evolving in the next years?
Yeah, so I think the main focus now is for us to be able to build, this trust or very trusting or, a healthy ecosystem between our brands, kayo sa mga buyers namin, and the platform as well. So Lazada has been putting down, all efforts to make sure that all the products you get, are legitimate, are those that, parang iwas scam tayo, parang ganon basically. And then the brands as well, they make sure that they were able to deliver, the products that you ordered rightfully and on time as well. So it's really a lot about quality. And then kayo rin, as a buyer, it's also your own diligence rin to, help build this ecosystem. How? Through reviews. So hindi lang po tayo, sa mga negative reviews. So if positive rin, mag-review pa rin kayo to make sure that all the other consumers, pag nakikita nila yung products at okay rin, nakikita nila na okay lang rin yung product. It's, it's a trustable product. So hindi lang puro negative every time. Usually kasi mga, us, will only do reviews pag galit tayo. But then, pag masaya tayo, mag-review pa rin tayo for us to be able this healthy ecosystem. So that's the first one. The second one is really more on the integration, of AI as well in the platform. So recently, last year, Lazada launched Lassie Chat. So si Lassie Chat, try nyo sa mga apps nyo. So pwede siya chat nyo. For example, anong pwedeng pang OOTD ko today? Anong okay na bag ko for school or for work? Then sila si Chat, magre-recommend ng mga products. So it's very, it's being engaging and also being to use the most modern technology that we have to be able to help our buyers and also in the future our sellers as well. For you to be able to build your store right, to be more competitive, then you can also utilize AI in the future for that.
Oh, wow. So magkakaroon ba ng, specifically for SMEs, parang i-integrate kay Lassie Chat na ito, paki-suggest naman yung product namin kapag nagtanong sila tungkol sa makeup o dito sa product na to?
Yeah, for sure. Hindi malayo. We'll have that in the future.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you. Thank you for that update, Tim. And it's nice that you mentioned yung reviews. Kasi that's also one thing to counter yung mga masyadong mababa magpresyo, di ba? Kapag sobrang baba ng presyo ng kalaban ninyo, pero sa reviews naman, ang papangit. Kaya pala mababa yung presyo kasi nga hindi quality. Sa reviews nakikita yon. So, going back, Miss Yasmin, dun sa future naman ng online selling, as one of the pioneers, nakita niyo yung simula, how it grew. How do you see live selling in the next 3 years?
Siguro, bigyan ko lang kayo ng mga numbers.
Okay.
Nagsimula kami mag-live selling sa Pilipinas 2019. So, prior to the pandemic. Nakikita namin na yung mga benta, zero. Puro lang siya effort ng nakikita lang ng mga viewers. But as we grow, lalong-lalo na this year, nakikita namin yung ibang brands namin 8 times, 10 times yung balik.
Wow.
So talagang yung behavior ng pagbili ng tao ng mga Pilipino sa live selling, ripe na siya. So ang nangyayari is, live selling is part of your e-commerce marketing plan. Ang ginagawa ng karamihan ng mga brands natin ngayon, meron tayong tinatawag na mga D-Day, Campaign Day, may salubong, na talagang makita mo yung mga sellers nila, masugid silang nagla-live sell to make the most out of the traffic in every platform. At doon nakikita natin na tumataas talaga yung sales. And the more na nakikita namin yung mga data na yan, the more na nagpo-prove na nagiging normal na siya sa mga Pilipino. So definitely in the next years, it's going to be part of your your online stores na talaga yung mga live selling sa platforms na yan. Pangalawa, yung AI din is also very significant. Kasi, syempre, yung sinasabi nga kanina na meron tayong mga feedbacks, yan, in live selling, magkakaroon na rin ng mga AI that will really gather these feedbacks that can help in translating into strategies based on the feedbacks. Kasi interactive yung live selling, di ba? Nakukuha mo yung mga data na yan at makikita mo kung paano mo papagandahin yung brand mo, yung produkto mo, or paano ka pa makakabenta ng mas madami sa mga susunod. So, yung mga AI tools na yan ay makakatulong din para sa atin.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Yasmin. And Sir Dennis, how about you? Any insight on what the future holds for MSMEs when it comes to live selling or online selling?
Yeah, actually, I'm super excited because the future is so bright for Philippine SMEs. And I can't think of a better place in the world to be than here in our country, right? Why? Because it's all about empowerment. And that's what technology is supposed to do. And the challenge that SMEs face today is what? Lack of people, lack of talent, lack of skills. Technology in the past was too expensive, sobrang mahal. And the other solutions are from abroad, and they're too complicated, right? So now, with the power of AI, you can have a professional AI write extremely competitive selling product descriptions for you. You can have an AI digital marketing assistant make your product photos more sellable. You can make AI write blogs, write content for you. Without AI, it would cost an SME siguro mga 350,000 pesos per year to really do it right. And that's why we created Prosperna's AI, is to make technology more affordable, easier for Philippine SMEs. So basically, for less than a Jollibee per day, magkano yung Jollibee?
Ngayon, mga stock to deals ngayon, parang nasa 50 na, no? 50 lang. Yes.
Imagine, versus paying 350,000 pesos.
Oo nga.
Okay? You can have your online store, payments, your digital marketing assistant with AI. That's how SMEs are going to be more profitable. And that's why the future is so bright for Philippine SMEs.
Wow, thank you for that insight. Ang dami natutuhan ng ating Go Negosyantes sa ating panelists. Now, please stand. Let's take some photos before we leave dahil, of course, napaka-busy rin ng ating panelists. But thank you very much for being with us, Ma'am!